Hello, Safety Town friends. It's Officer Wyndham with Upper Arlington Police Division. Day one of 2020 Virtual Safety Town. Today is Police Officer Safety Day, where we will talk about the policeman's uniform. We will discuss our cruiser and the daily operation of what it is that we do. Stay tuned. Hello, Safety Town friends. Welcome to Virtual Safety Town 2020. It's Officer Wyndham again on my favorite day of Safety Towns, Police Safety Day. Police officers wear this awesome uniform, as you all know, but sometimes you just don't understand what all this uniform has to it. So today I'm going to describe and go through everything that we wear on a daily basis when we're on our daily duties. So starting off is our badge. That's the most recognizable part of our uniforms. My badge is metal. Some badges are embroidered, which is a piece of material that's sewn on a shirt. Okay, it's still the same badge. It just depends on the type of uniform that you're wearing. Police officers also have a name bar that tells you what the police officer's name is. Sometimes it has the first initial, last name. Mine has the first initial, last name, because that's what I choose to do. So that's how you identify what the police officer's name is. Okay, now this that I'm wearing, this is my police vest, okay, my bulletproof vest. We all know what job that does, okay? Sometimes there's people out there that make bad choices. I do believe that people make bad choices, they're not bad people, okay? So if someone should choose to shoot at an officer, this piece of my equipment will help protect me from getting hurt from that bullet that person shot from their firearm. All right, so this right here, okay, my Batman belt. This right here has tons of tools on it, okay? Just remember one thing. These tools on my belt are not toys, okay? So when you see an officer, no matter where you are, don't just walk up and touch the officer's belt and say, "What's that? What's this?" Make sure you point from a reasonable distance and ask the officer what that item is and let him or her explain to you what that is, okay? It's important that you just don't touch the items on the belt. All right. Secondly, I will not take anything out of my belt that will harm you. So if I take it out, trust me, it will not harm you. Okay. So this right here is my magazine pouch. Okay. It's not like a magazine that you read. All right. It's a magazine that goes into my firearm. This is the extra rounds. See, this is the bullets. Okay. These are the extra bullets and rounds that go into my firearm. You never have too many rounds. Okay. This right here is my pepper spray, as you guys know it, okay? In my opinion, the pepper spray is the worst thing on this belt. Worst by meaning, if you get exposed to the solution that's in that canister, it irritates your skin, kind of burns a little bit. It makes your eyes red and water to the point that it looks like you're crying the worst cry that you've ever had. It makes your nose run like you had the worst cold that you've ever had. All right, it makes your mouth salivate, which means you slobber like a big slobbery dog. And guess what? And it lasts for probably about 20 to 30 minutes until you can just run clean water through your eyes until it dilutes. All right, and this right here, I'll just keep turning around to the side. This is my taser. You guys have heard what tasers do. Tasers shoot out little projectiles, they're probes that go into your skin, okay? They kind of stick in you a little bit, and then it sends an electric current through a line that's attached to those little probes, all right? We use that when someone's trying to harm us and they refuse to stop, okay? If we deploy our taser and we activate the trigger and that electricity goes through, they cannot move their muscles, and that lasts for 5 seconds. So yes, 5 seconds. Once that person goes to the ground, the officers have 5 seconds to get that person under control. All right. Now this item, this little item here, it's a flashlight. I know this is daytime and a lot of officers work during the day, but you never know what environment you're going to go into. So it's always helpful to have a flashlight on your belt just in case you need it. And this item right here is also one of the most important. They're all very important in different ways. This right here is a walkie-talkie. Okay, this is how I talk to other officers, how I talk to firefighters, how I talk to our radio, which is, we call that dispatch. They tell us where we're going and why and what it is that we will need for the next call. Okay, and I'll just keep turning around. This little pouch right here, okay, you can't see it, but I'm pointing to it. That little pouch it keeps our latex gloves, okay? Sometimes we go to crashes where people are injured. They may have injuries to them, which means they have blood around them. We don't want to get that to us, especially like right now during this COVID-19. People understand how important it is to keep your hands nice and clean. Also, if somebody had their home broken into, we don't want to introduce our fingerprints to that scene. So we'll put on our latex gloves to process the scene and keep our hands out of it. Okay, so that's important on several things. So this right here is a tourniquet, okay? It's a first aid tool. A tourniquet is kind of like a belt. It goes either on your extremities, which is your arms or your legs. If you have a severe cut to the point where if we don't get you some type of attention, it might be a possibility that you might bleed to death. So we put the tourniquet on, we pull it so tight that it turns off the blood, okay? It's just like a faucet. You know how when you turn the faucet and water turns off? That's what the tourniquet does. You pull it so tight and you stop the arm or the leg from bleeding, okay? So we can give you some more time to get some first aid. This option, this right here, is called an ASP baton, an ASP baton. It extends out to about here. It's a steel rod, all right? Primarily, what I like to use it for is to break windows. So if this was a car that I was trying to get into, I would break the window. So if this person crashed their car and they were unconscious, which means they couldn't respond to me, then I would break the window and I would unlock the car to get in, okay? That's what this is good for. All right, everybody knows what this is, right? Most of the kids always point to it and say, "Officer, is that your gun? Is that your pistol?" Well, yes, but we all know that pistols and guns are not toys, right? So if you see what you believe to be a gun, what do? You leave it alone. You go tell an adult and you let them decide if it's a gun or let them decide if it's a toy, okay? You don't make the determination if it's a real or a fake gun, because if you're wrong and something goes wrong, then something bad can really happen, okay? So make sure you leave that decision up to the adults, okay? No matter how experienced you think you are, let the adults give you the option to walk away. And well, you don't have the option, but let them tell you what to do when it comes to your safety in the firearms. And this right here is, it's kind of hard to get out, my handcuffs. Okay, we all know what those are. All right, these aren't the toys, these are the real deal. Okay, these handcuffs keep your hands together, so it keeps the person to make bad choices, removes the ability for them to harm you with their hands, because their hands are the most dangerous parts of their body, right? Because if you take this away from them, then they can't grab you or hit you. Okay, there are other things that they can try to do, but usually we try to put them behind their back so it removes their ability to move around. Okay, these are made of steel, so they can't just break them. I know you guys have some at home that are the toy kind that you can come out that you can get out of very easily and quickly. Trust me, these aren't the set. Okay, also, these aren't made for kids. We never ever handcuff the kids. Okay, these handcuffs are made for adults. Okay, so don't think that we're going to, if you make a bad choice with your parents, don't think we're going to show up and put the cuffs on you. Okay, that's for us to do with adults that make bad choices. So there you have it as far as what our uniform has in its entirety. So if you have any questions about anything further, never hesitate to ask an officer what it is that he or she has on their uniform, on their belt, or part of their vest, okay? So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day.